Hello, hi, Shalom. Uh, Today is it March 9, 2003, and we have a real winter here now. And in the morning was it 20 Fahrenheit or -7 Celsius. So it was very cold. And yesterday I got from Netherlands, Holland, um, a package of this like larva or a worm that should be for to kill snails that eat up my strawberries, and it it says that from Holland it says that it should be at least 15 degrees in the soil to put in these small worms that go into the snail's body and kill it by eating up. Oh, I ate it up inside, and then it's come more babies from it. So it's going on. Those that I put out in the soil, they last 6 weeks, but they have placed egg inside those snails, and then it's coming out more. So I hope this will kill those snails, but I can't go out now and put in those that eat snails because it's too cold. But in the Swedish announcement of this product is that it should be at least 5 Celsius degrees. So that can be if it stopped to be cold in the nights now. It says about 1 week can it stay there inside my refrigerator, and so I have placed them there and hope it's going to be spring next week, so I can place them outside. I don't know what to do if I can't, because I can't place them in the soil inside my home because it's no snails there. So it have to come in the right place. So here in Sweden is it that the postman, we get mail from the postman, it's a woman here, postwoman, every third day. And that is very good, because I find out now that when they have a package that is too big for my mail box, I have a mailbox outside my home, and if it's too big, in the old days they put it into the post office, and then I have to go and get it in the post office. But now they are ringing on my bell, and I am mostly at home, especially when it's so cold outside. I only go out in the garden for a little while, and so they ring the bell, and I open and get the package now, and so it's have going better now in 2023. about to not be have to go to the post office, and I don't do that as long as the what I order delivery to my home, as it should be like that. I order home most of everything I buy on the internet. And I buy clothes on the internet, and the clothes fit me. It's okay. I am that size they say it should be, and if it's a little too big, it's better that than too small. And it is not that. I hear someone saying, it's because you're old. It's not that, because I care about what I wear. I wear trash clothes in my home, but when I go out, I try to have nice clothes on me. So it's different. Inside there I can be lazy and have whatever that it's not hole in it. It's okay to wear, but it's not so fresh and new anymore. That I can have in my home. So for me, is it that I think it's total crazy to go out in trash clothes. But then I have learned to say into my mind to not place it there. I say I'm not going to marry to that person or those clothes. That I say to take it away from my mindset. I am still like before. I do a quick judgment, but then I have a sword to take that away from my mindset by saying to myself, I'm not going to marry what I judge. And it can be fun sometimes, because it can be a dog, for example, that I say something negative about, but I say I'm not going to marry that dog. But I know some people do that. It's for real, but it's fun for me. That should never think about marry that dog. So it can be a fun game to erase negative thinking. Yes, it's fun. You should try that, to say that, and it can be something you laugh about, and that is good because it's positive to laugh. And yesterday I was busy. I got these worms, and I got a package of clothes from the post woman, and then later on it come a delivery of fruit from Spain and from Portugal, and it was papaya from Spain and aloe vera, those leaves, what do you say, the arms of the aloe vera, and they are very big in Spain. It's not like we have in the window inside our home. They were about 1 meter long, and then I got a new fruit that I didn't know, so I ordered it to taste it, and that I will do more of it be interesting in my home when I am so very much at home to get this fruit that now I taste it, and it was from Portugal, and I may be not saying right about it. Cherry moya. Cherry moya is in English, I think. It's a green fruit, and with a very white meat in it, and then it's big black seed, and I eat it, and I am growing up in a restaurant, so I can taste everything that is in the fruit, and for me was it like eating a little like color paint you have on the walls, like that. I got it in my nose when I eat it, but it was not like, no, I have not eaten paint. I only have smell it, and it come up in my nose in that way as a paint, and but it was not strong. It was a little of it, so it was okay. But I didn't like it so much. It was like nothing. It was a little sweet, but not very sweet. So that is a fruit I will have in mixing with other fruits for drinking. So that I bought these fruits because papaya is good for the body, and aloe vera is good for the body, and it's about my blood sugar, and I have not eaten it yet. I ate cherry moya yesterday, so maybe it's something it had in it. Maybe that paint it had, because my blood sugar this morning was only 9.2, and the rest of the week my doctor have said that I should take blood sugar in the morning test, and Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday it was 12 and 14 in my blood sugar, but this morning it was 9.2. So it starts to be good if it's be 9.2, but I should have under 8. That's the goal for this test, how to could eat away blood sugar. And I will tell you, I'm going to tell you what to eat and not to eat to lower your blood pressure and blood sugar. It's for me, because of my pancreas, it's like it's coming together. So I will see if it's lower my the blood pressure, the blood pressure, because it's high. I have to in the evening. I am not scared about it. I have to take some blood pressure medicine, but I didn't take so much. It was not half of the medicine I take, but I took a little and it lowered my blood pressure. But in the evening it was so I had a headache. So, and it was rushing I felt it be like I can't breathe. Not like I can't breathe, it like I have hard to breathe. So I knew it was my blood pressure. So, and the doctor asked me, do do you have a blood pressure measure machine at home? She said, but I was thinking, oh, so what? What should I do if the blood pressure is too high? What to do? I feel it when it's too high, so I go and lay down in the bed for some uh, minutes. It was going away when I lay down 10 minutes. I was sleepy 10 minutes, so it doesn't need to be very long time to rest. And my mother, she had, when she was working, she took care of, she was elder care giver going in to their home. And she come home sometimes because she didn't have anyone to go to before maybe 2 hours later. And so she started to do this, that she hold her keys in her hand, and then she had her arms on the table, and the key up in her face, like, but not the key into the face, but the hand with the keys was up on her head, and she rest, and then when she fall to sleep, she lost the grip and the keys fall down on the table, and she wake up, and that was enough for her. And I know, because when it was when I was sleeping 10 minutes, I was okay, but then it doesn't last so long. But it can last at least until you have been ended your work and you can go to rest again in your bed, like that. It doesn't need to be this. I know that some people are angry because they have to go to sleep for a long time. But you can do this, that you put a alarm clock, and see how you feel after been sleeping 10 minutes like that, or 20 minutes, and check it out. How long can you sleep and be okay after? And for my mother, it was only that time when she dropped the keys on the table. That's what I wanted to tell you about. And it I as you know, when I started to do this, it's a spirit here and touched me, and I know it's up in my head and going around, and he looked like a monk. He have dark brown, not light, dark brown clothes on him. Yeah, he's a monk. That's what he's showing me. And I pull him here because I was talking about the keys. Because he hold the key up in the air for me with his hand. And it's he say, if you are searching for the truth, you have the key in your hand. That's why he showed me the hand. And you can open doors that have been closed for you. He say, this is one of the keys you're holding in your hand now. He's saying, so that he means this, what I have told you about. Because he's saying, because the sleep is one of the key for health. You think that to sleep, to go to rest a little in the daytime or in the evenings, that is the waste of time. But to deny the body's need, the brain's needs to rest, that make your life shorter. So you don't get more time by stay awake. And not at all to take medicine or some drugs or drinking your way to sleep, or doing this strange ceremony that come from the devil for you to rest. That shorter your life. You don't need to take those. You have to understand the key of what to do for your body. And he say, we were working very much about the herbs, and we had it in our garden, but we didn't know everything. But that is about this with the fruits, to pick it from not from the world, to pick the fruit from the tree from heaven, and that is the key. And he said, we are here now to start to educate you, teach you about the nature's way to heal you. And it have nothing with a man's hand to do. It's a knowledge from heaven, and that is spirit knowledge, and not from man. So it was a reason why I started to order, that suddenly it showed up for me on the internet from I have been interested to buy fruit from this company, and then suddenly it come aloe vera to buy. And I'd be happy that they also have papaya. And that was two fruits or veggies that is good for the health. And so I did that. It's very much to do, because it's I think it was 10 leaves and 1 meter each of them. And I have to take away the green on it and then go down and dig into the jelly things that is transparent inside this blade leaf on it. So it's much work. So I did one yesterday, and I'm going to do that more today. And then I'm going to freeze in pieces of it so I can and now he's showing his hand that he's walking away. So now it's me that talking. And so it I have done a mix of mango juice and some other that I bought from the grocery store that I had already at home, because the aloe vera is very sour. But as I am from a restaurant, I know how to do it, because it was so sour, so I couldn't eat it. I only placed it on my tongue, and it was like burning of sour. But I let it. I have stevia instead of sugar. I have stevia. I put stevia on this jelly, sour jelly, and let it stay over the night. And then I had also put some drops of lemon. And this morning it was not sour anymore. I knew it should be like that. It's this to do things very fast. That is many times from the devil that he wants you to do it. And I let it stay over the night. I didn't rush, because I have already eaten the cherry moya. So I was full of the curious. And meat I fed the curious with cherry moya. So I couldn't so I could wait. I start to be coughing. It's because it's a spirit here that had that coughing problem here on earth. But not when the spirit come up to heaven, it was gone away. But as soon as they come closer to earth, that I have told you many times, the closer they come to earth, the more they add what they had when they lived here on earth. So the sickness start to come back to them, and I say that's why they can be killed, because they are weak when they coming closer to the earth. And I understand now when people have told me that, different people have told me about they see angels sitting and crying over a person that have died. And I didn't understood why is it, and people could see it's sitting and crying at the side of a dead body. But it is that's their weakness. that they couldn't do the mission they had to protect us from to be killed, that they fail it because they're going weak. So this spirit is telling me something new knowledge that is on us here on earth to make them stronger. Yeah, she is saying this, that it's this denial that make them be killed, to deny them, kill them in their way to protect you. So that it is extremely important to say yes to the spirits that coming through, and you hear them. Like one woman say, "Oh, I hear every night my baby girl calling for me." She said to me this, and because the daughter was dead, and she here on earth she had been killed. And I say to this woman, why don't you answer her then? Why don't you listen at her when she call for you? I say to her. And that's what's going on here on earth. That this denial, and the devil want us to deny heaven and not listen to heaven talking to us from the spirit world, and they do everything to make you understand they still are alive, and they can put down mostly they put down the pictures on your walls, and they stop the clock. That's how they wanted you to understand. They are wanted your attention, and you should do that today, to go away from everything, go into your wardrobe, go into a place where you can be by yourself and not be stirred of anything. And then you say inside your mind, or if you want to tell with your mouth, that you tell them that I have placed me here to listen at you, and this one that is coming here and talk about your guardian angels that is around you, that can't do they can't do so much if you not admit that there is afterlife, and they reach down to us. Down it's not really down, they are around us, but that they reach us for to talk to us. And then you say, I don't believe in that, because my pastor, my bishop, the preacher I have in the church have told me that it's only demons and belongs to hell that is coming through and try to talk to me, to make me walk away from God. That's why I don't answer them. And that the you're a preacher, a pastor, bishop, whatever you call them, lector or something like that. He is not God. He's not God. He make his own understanding and talk it to you, and you don't know where he's coming from. He maybe say that his father was a pastor, and then he become pastor after his father, but you don't know, because that is like sucking blood out from something to say that it's me. It's the devil can be just at in the middle of it when you draw the blood from it and you get sepsis, and that is not he. That was his father or her father when she is talking to you, but you don't know where they're coming from, because they can come from the devil, and when you don't see it, they full party and doing these things that the devil like to do when you don't see them, and they put a spell on you, holding their hand over on your head, and place in the devil in you, so you don't know where they're coming from. That's why I have talk first. Because the Spirit told me to talk about where I'm coming from. That's why you should listen at my all chapter in my podcast, for you to understand where I'm coming from. And so it's not man here on earth that live here today that should be your way, your path to heaven, because you may be not coming to heaven in that way. You need to know by yourself that this is really true, that I got. Not one time, but many times when you meet this person. It can sound like the Bible says, is like they can come like a white angel, but they are not white angels. But they know what you want them to tell you. And that's why I disturb very much people with my podcast, the Heavens podcast, because I tell you the truth. And the truth is for many, no, don't shake me up. I want to believe what I believe as a child. I believe in the same way that my parents have believed, and what it come for them to be and end up in. So nowadays they when the angels from God is coming down to clean up earth, it is many preacher that is not so very old that die. But then it's coming the lie from the devil. It's coming to say that God have taken them up to heaven because they were holy people, so God took them very fast, early in life. But that is a lie from the devil, because the meaning is that those real people from God's army, they will be here when the Messiah is coming, and the army of that is Jacob, Israel, that person, that spirit of this person, it is going to be here, and it's going to be a forerunner before they are here. And some people have asked me if I am a forerunner for it to happen. So those that have taken up, not taken up, they who have died when they should not have died, they are not those that take up to be in heaven and defend us and these things. We will stay here and see them coming and feel them in this spirit way that I have in my home here. They are here with me, but they will come to maybe to your home to take you to be in Jacob's army, Israel's army. And the Israel's army is not a country. It's those people that have been created and are into Jacob's family and Jacob's army. Those are, they don't need to stay in Israel. It's more today that it was really true. When I come to from Israel 2016, and I have got this that I should do my DNA in Jerusalem. They told me from heaven. And I don't listen at men here on earth. I listen only to God's people in heaven. And then when I come back, I was to the Wailing Wall and place in the paper, because they say that Messiah will come on the mountain, Olive a mount, or in one of the mountain, and so it was a lie, because I come home, and then one of the first thing I did was to ask God if I needed to live in Israel for him to find me. And I heard God's voice saying that to me, that I find you wherever you are. And that is so, a spirit touched me now. It's so true, because it's not literally that God find your spirit. If God finds your heart, God knows what you have done. And it doesn't matter if you have done bad things earlier in life, but if you ending to be like Jacob, a fight with that devil, that like an angel coming and try to take over him, and he could fight against that devil. that's about with Jacob, that he could stand firm even if the devil angel come and hit his hip. He was hurt, but he survived. That's what it is. The attack from the devil and his people, or her people, they can be many. And you know that from listen at this podcast, how many times I have not say all hits or I have got from the devils, but I'm still alive. I am recording here. I sit here and recording. So it doesn't matter if I am disabled in my brain when it comes to my legs, or that I go very tired suddenly. I am still alive. I can talk to you, and the spirits can come here and talk from my mouth. They use my mouth, they told in one episode. And I know that because they talk in telepathy, so they don't use their mouth. I don't know what it is with the mouth to do, but like in a computer world, a computer need to have a fan inside it because it's going so hot, so it have to breathe in that way, so it must be whole in a computer. It can't be compact built, the computer, because the fan need to have the air to could breathe. That's what I am thinking, but that's only my thought. It can be true or it can be a lie. I would say it may be coming a message from the spirits, but I am telling them now it's time for me to close the recording because it's been too long for you to listen at. So thank you for listening, and I hope you can listen to more episodes to really learn what's going on. Thank you and God bless you.